Mrs. Constantino?
Will you please repeat the question in its entirety?
Sure. In 2017, a 7-member charter review commission that included a bank president and a sitting circuit court judge unanimously recommended the city commission ask voters to amend the charter to include an ethics standard for both elected officials and hired city employees. A Dade City Commission majority refused to even let the voters consider that idea. So my question to you is, as a voter, would you have wanted the opportunity to consider those charter changes yourself? If elected, is there anything you would choose to do to try and bring that issue back to the public?
Okay, so certainly as a voter, and let me first say, I don't know specifically of what you're talking about, but the question that you're posing is, as a voter, would I want ethics to be an important idea that I can vote on? Yes, absolutely. I think that accountability and ethical standard is very important when you're in the position of running a city. The second part of that question is, what can I do if I'm on commission to bring that back? I think there's a lot of work to do on our commission. I think right now we don't have a shared vision, goal, or statement for us all to work towards. And starting that there first is a really important thing. And that ties into that part where I talked about communication. And ethical standard is extremely important to me, and anything I can do to make sure that we're all ethical. And I think, you know, I hope that we're all here because we're ethical, and to have something that states that would be a positive.
Thank you. Mr. Nathe?
CT, the answer is yes. I was disappointed in the City Commission's decision not to adopt the recommendations of the Charter Review Commission. I know a lot of the people who are on the Charter Review Commission. My football coach was on there. Judge Tepper was on there. Julie Hale and Dr. Burmis Mathis Thomas, with whom I sit on the City Planning Board, were on that commission. And some of the things that they recommended were simple, common sense things. City commissioners could not otherwise be employed by the city while also serving as a city commissioner. Common sense. You can't be your own boss and your own employee when you're in politics like that. The other is to include what's called in the parlance as a gardening clause. Basically, you cannot get a contract, or you can't go to work for the city within a year after leaving the city commission. That's to prevent you from using your inside contacts with the city that you developed as a city commissioner to your own financial benefit. These are common sense things that the city commission ought to have passed. I was at the city commission meeting when they considered that. I was disappointed in the decision. And if I'm if I elected to the city commission, I would very much hope to bring that back before the commission for reconsideration, particularly considering the fact that a lot of the people who sat on the Charter Review Committee felt like there was a year's worth of work that had been wasted because just on one vote and in one night. So absolutely, CT, it should be brought back before the commission for reconsideration, and it ought to be passed.
Thank you.